Welcome once again, dear viewer, to Baraton TV, here and hereafter. We have our guest, Professor Mutuku Mutinga, and we are trying to learn from his life, just the story of his life, so that we can get an idea or two on how to run our lives and do things better from Prof. So, Prof, welcome again.
Thank you.
The last time we were talking, you were in Mudumo.
Yes.
And we want to know, how did this primary school boy transition from Mudumo Primary to become a scientist? So where did you go from Mudumo?
After 2 years at Mudumo,
Yes.
all the classes in that particular area, in that whole location,
Yes.
they went up to 5. 4 and 5.
That was the end of school.
End of school.
Yes.
Now then, there was another school, Seventh-day Adventist school in near Nairobi, at Gachi, in Karura.
Okay, okay.
And so students who performed well at Mudumo
Yes.
could go to Karura.
Okay.
In Karura, there were students from Chebwai area, students from the coast.
Chebwai is in Western Kenya.
In Western Kenya.
Between Webuye, Kakamega.
That's right.
Yes.
And there were students from the coast. I think there was a school there also known as Rabbi.
Yeah, in Rabbi.
Rabbi.
Yes.
And then there were students also from Mount Kenya area.
Okay.
In Embu.
And Meru?
Meru,
Yes.
Tharaka.
Yes.
All those students from there also came
they will come
Karura.
to Karura.
Karura. Now, going to Karura was like going overseas.
Yes.
To us.
Because you are coming to the city Nairobi.
To the city Nairobi. So when you were chosen, because they could not choose but so many. When you were chosen to go there, you were a big person. You really were.
And you are going to which class?
Standard 6.
And if you are chosen, you have made it in life.
You have made it. So, yeah. My brother was the first to be chosen. He was one class ahead of me. So I followed the following year. And the experience in Karura was very fantastic.
Yes.
There, actually, we also had people from Kapsakwany.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
To Karura. All the way
from Mount
because
Elgon,
people from Mount Elgon
yes.
came to Chebwai.
Yes.
And from Chebwai, they also transitioned
yes.
to Karura.
Yes.
So that mixture was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a national school.
It was, well, we felt like we were overseas.
Yes.
And, but again, still rural, because my whole belonging in there was 2 pair of trousers and 2 shirts and a wooden box.
And at that time, I think Gashi was still forest. It's not the way it is now.
It was a forest,
yes.
a few buildings. We had a dormitory.
Yes.
And the 2 classes.
Yes.
And a church. And some teachers' houses. And and they had a dispensary even.
Yes.
And a borehole for water.
Yes.
Electricity was mainly generator.
And this is the place that is currently headquarters of Central Kenya Conference.
That is correct.
Yes.
That is correct. So that's where we...
so how long did you stay in Karura?
2 years.
That is standard is 6 and 7.
6 and 7.
Yes.
On the 7th grade, the school was closed after the 7th grade. Because of the Mau Mau War.
Okay, okay,
yes.
okay.
And so we were really stranded.
Because you didn't have a place to go.
We didn't have a place to go. And Kenya had only 3 secondary schools.
The entire country had 3
secondary schools. The others went up to Form 2. And that was the end. So we had no place to go after it was closed.
So what happened?
We parted.
Yes.
And then a missionary there, his name was Wheeler.
Yes.
He said that he has a friend in Uganda who they went to war together.
Yes.
His name was Mr. Oaks.
Yeah.
So if you want to go there, whoever wants to go there, he can write a letter so that we can be accepted.
In Bugema.
In Bugema. So, but the funding also dried. because my father was mainly trader of hides and skins.
Yes.
And the profit is only a few shillings here and there.
Yes.
And Ukambani usually had very limited food supply because of the rain patterns.
Yes, the dry spells.
Dry spells. Yeah. So I decided I would stay on during the holiday and work picking coffee to go to relocate in Bugema at the assurance of these missionaries.
Yes.
That we could go there.
Yes.
So a few of us worked. I picked coffee. I stayed at Karura during the holiday.
Yes.
Picked coffee, 20 cents a debe. And in 3 months, I earned 50 shillings.
3 months, 50 shillings.
Yes.
So what did you do with this big sum of money?
The concession fare by train was 15 shillings.
Okay.
So I paid that.
And traveled?
And traveled.
To Bugema, Uganda.
To Bugema.
You need a passport to cross the border?
No.
Okay.
No pass. But if you were Kikuyu, you needed a special pass.
Okay.
To go.
Yeah, because of the involvement in the Mau Mau.
Yes. And therefore, we boarded a bus. I had a friend who told me he also wanted to go. And he was, I should tell everybody that he's a Mukamba.
But he was not.
He was not a Mukamba.
Yes.
And nobody would know any difference anyway.
Yes.
So we went together.
All the way to Bugema?
All the way to Bugema.
So what happened in Bugema? Were you accepted?
I was, well, I took a test.
Yes.
After I arrived, English and mathematics. After 2 days travel.
Yes.
I failed the English.
Okay.
And I passed the math. And I had no way of coming back.
It was kind of a placement test.
It was a placement test. So
So you had no transport back?
No, I couldn't come back.
And you have failed English?
I failed English.
So what happens? What was the decision?
I sat in the bed there crying a little bit. And Pastor Charlie was a finalist.
Who became the union president?
President and the division field secretary.
Okay, okay.
And so he came and he told me, don't worry. You may have been tired. I'll go and talk to the head teacher to see if you can take another test.
Again, yeah.
Again. I took the test and passed.
Wow.
And so I did my 8th grade in there.
Yes.
In Bugema. And the 4 years. Form 1 to Form 4.
In Bugema?
In Bugema.
Where were you staying in Bugema?
Well, that's another big story.
Yes.
The headmaster, Mr. Oaks, asked me, where is your money?
Yes.
To enroll. I had 20 shillings left.
After the trip?
After the trip of my 50 shillings.
Yes.
I paid the 20 shillings. And he said, where is the rest of the money?
Yes.
I said, it is coming.
And that was a statement of faith?
No, I didn't. I knew it was not coming from anywhere.
But you said it is coming.
That's the only way I could stay there to say it is coming.
Yes.
And I determined to go to school.
Yes.
The next day I went to the same headmaster. I said, sir, I can't afford to stay in the dormitory.
Yes.
Can I build a house?
Yes.
In Bugema? And he looked at me. I was 16 years old.
And you are talking of building a house?
Building a house.
A 16-year-old boy wants to build a house.
Yes. He looked at me. He said, you build a house? I said, yes, sir. Go ahead and build a house. I said, where, sir? He said, we have 640 acres.
Yes.
Make your choice.
Pick any spot, and build your house. So you built your house?
I built my house.
Where did you learn building houses?
At home.
Aha. Now what you learnt at home is coming in handy at school.
Very much so.
So the walls?
The walls, mud.
The roof?
Sticks, mud. The roof, sticks, grass thatched.
Grass thatched.
Bed, sticks.
So you lay sticks?
You lay sticks forked sticks to put other sticks on in between, and then you
the
put
forked sticks so that you, yeah.
And you make that. Then I cut grass, and I bought sacks for 50 cents each.
So you put the grass inside
In
the sack.
sacks,
yeah.
And I made a mattress.
Top grade mattress.
Top grade. One blanket, no
Yes.
sheets. Sheet, one side.
Yes.
Cover on the other side.
Yes.
Door, reeds.
The reeds were your door.
Yes. And they put some rubber hinges.
Yes.
And you close, and that's the end.
So that became your home for how long?
4 years.
For 4 years.
4 years.
Wow.
Yes. And I had another colleague from Tanzania.
Yes.
He's Dr. Machuve.
Okay.
And he also learned to also build a house. And he built his.
Yes.
And the two of us had a common kitchen.
Okay. You were almost neighbors?
We were neighbors,
Okay.
just for security reasons.
Yes.
We were neighbors. But after 6 months, Mr. Oaks saw how hard we were working to grow our own garden.
Yes.
And he said, you boys, if you come and help me at the house,
Yes.
I will sponsor you.
Wow.
And so money came.
So, but he saw your struggle and your willingness to make it.
Exactly. Yeah. So Zawadi Machuve worked in the house, and I worked in the field 1 week.
Yes.
And the following week, I worked in the house, and he worked in the field.
Yes.
And then food was provided. But very interesting, Mrs. Oaks said, now, okay, you boys, I see you are very hardworking. We have 2 equipment here. We have a typewriter, and we have a piano.
Yes.
You can choose which one you want to
learn.
Yeah. After work.
Yes.
And we put a lot of work to finish early enough.
To learn the typewriter and the piano.
So I took up the typewriter.
Yes.
And Zawadi took the
piano. You could not get both. You had to pick one.
One.
Yes.
Because the time was not enough.
Yes.
To pick both.
Yes.
So I picked that one up. I actually was able to type blind.
Wow. You got used to the keys.
She gave me the book to go by.
Yes.
And I learned it properly.
And you can still type today.
Today.
We give you a typewriter and
I don't have to look. And I am quite good.
You look at the script and you're typing.
Type. No problem.
You should know how I type, Prof. It's quite embarrassing sometimes, Wow. So you completed your studies in Bugema.
In Bugema, yes.
And I realized that the struggle at home
yes.
also taught you the skills that you needed at Bugema.
Yes.
But I'm also noticing that you are not seeing impossibilities. Because otherwise you will not have first left Karura to Bugema. And then the failure of the first English test, you will not have continued.
No.
And then the lack of a house, you will not have continued. No. But you just kept going.
Kept going.
Even where you are not seeing a door, you kept going.
Yes.
And I think this is a secret in your life, Prof. You don't stop at impossibilities.
Well, again, in the training, being brought up in the church.
Yes.
Our parents taught us to depend on God.
Yes.
And when we lacked something,
yes,
we should call upon God, and God will come through. I have a very small experience which I would like to share, which really please. Cemented my faith in God. In Karura, I ran out of soap to wash my clothes and to bathe.
Yes.
And I did not know what to do. I remembered what my mother told me. And I prayed to God and I said, I have no soap. I have finished. To bathe or to even wash my clothes. Lord, give me 30 cents. The soap was 30 cents.
Yes.
Give me 30 cents
for
to buy soap, whichever you want. That next day,
yes,
I was assigned to work after school in the morning in a place which had been abandoned. And I was digging. and I had kingly.
As you dug the ground.
As I dug.
Yeah.
And I looked, and it was an old 10 cents with a hole in it.
Aha.
So I knew it didn't belong to anybody.
Yes.
I looked at it. I said, wow, 10 cents.
And it was valid currency at that time?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wiped it nicely. I put it in my old pocket.
Yes. How much was that?
10 cents.
That was 10 cents. So you put it in your
pocket. Put in pocket.
And you kept digging?
Kept digging.
Yes.
Kept. After about a little while, another kingly.
Again.
Another 10 cents.
You cleaned it and pocketed it.
I cleaned and put it in the pocket. I say today is the day.
We are almost getting soap.
Exactly. So I went, I dug, and after a little while I had another kingly. It was another 30 cents.
A 10 cents?
I mean, a 10 cents.
And now making 30 what you have in the pocket.
I say, thank you, Lord.
Yes.
But today is my rich day. I cultivated
the entire place. And looking forward to more coins.
More coins. Not one.
God delivered what you needed.
What I needed.
Yes.
I said I should have asked for 50. But thank you, God, for 30 cents.
And so you learned to depend on
that. That was the beginning.
And you know what I'm picking, Prof, from your line is work, work, work.
Yes.
Home, work.
Yes.
School, work.
Yes.
Everywhere, work.
Work, yes.
I think there's something we learn when we work.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So when you completed Bugema, you left the continent to the US. One moment, dear viewer, and we are getting back to the journey to America by Professor Mutinga. Baraton TV, here and hereafter.